Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory and welcome to the Start Bench Sell Roma Summer Transfer Window edition. It's time to do this. It's time to just come up with conclusions. It's time to just get in the shoes of our new general director and plan the new season. Decide who stays, decides who gets sold. And most importantly, decides the team and the players that the future project gets rebuilt around. So, entertaining live stream today, interactive one. Obviously, do play around in the chat. Let me know your keep, your starts, and your benches, and your sells. Did I say sells? Let me know all of that in the chat. It's been a great weekend, I cannot lie. Meeting Alea Pilgrim was sensational. I hope everyone enjoyed yesterday's video, you know. It was fun to film a challenge. It's fun to film these fun, entertaining challenges, you know. And yeah, I mean, Alea Pilgrim is an angel of a person. She is so kind. She literally reposted us everywhere, from her Instagram stories to the comments on her Instagram post. I mean, the people who are famous, I mean, of course she isn't Ronaldo, but people who are famous and don't get carried away by fame are the best. They are simply the best. She got Elia Okafor to send a message thanking and watching the video. It was great. It was absolutely great. So, but again, enough with that. Let's focus on today's video. Let me quickly pull the Roma current team up, and let me quickly set a like target. Like target today. Look, I'm gonna insist with 100 likes because we completed the Alea challenge. So number one, smash the like button on that, and also smash the like button if you're excited for this keep, loan, sell video. Let's start. Goalkeepers. We've got three: Zvilor, Patricio, and Bauer. Of course, I'm gonna start with Zvilor, and of course I'm gonna say keep. Now, no, sorry. Keep. Wait, should we do a start bench sell or should we do a keep bench sell? I mean, it's the same. Start keep bench sell. Let's do keep bench sell. Keep bench sell. Of course, it has to be a keep. We have to keep. No, let's do a start. It makes more sense. Let's do a start bench sell. Sorry for that. Start bench sell. I'm going to start Zvilor because he's been playing phenomenally lately and he deserves it, and he is showing incredible improvements every single game, week in, week out, game in, game out. Confidence, consistency, clean sheets, good saves, agility. That's what you want to see from a goalkeeper. And he's doing all of that, and he's been doing all of that for a few games now. So I'm very happy about that, and it has to be a keep. However, I don't think the fact that we have found consistency in Zvilor should restrict on finding new goalkeepers. What I mean by this is I think Zvilor has a massive prospect in the future, but we shouldn't restrict ourselves to Zvilor. We shouldn't be happy with Zvilor. Okay, I'm gonna keep Zvilor. I'm not gonna buy anybody else, because I don't think that's good. Because Zvilor, yes, can start every single game, but you know, we need backup options, and we need options that need to step in if Zvilor has a lack of confidence, period. So definitely keep. I mean, it would be criminal not to say keep for the player who is arguably, but he's the man of the month, player of the month. Definitely, he saved us so many times, from that penalty shoot against Feyenoord to the incredible saves against Brighton, in the games against Torino, saved the penalty against Fiorentina away. He's been performing so well. He needs to stay. We need to keep him also on a financial side, because his value is going to skyrocket in the next couple of months, especially if he keeps on playing like this. His value is going to skydrop. It's going to skyrocket. So if we need money, worst case scenarios, we are no doubt going to make a profit from him, and that's something that, you know, needs to be said. with a lot of these players because we're Roma, and of course I want to keep all of these players. But if the opportunity is, if the opportunity comes that we get 40 million, 50 million in long term to sell him, then of course we can't say no, we won't say no. Rui Patricio sell, easy. Cycle is done. Cycle is done, and career is also done. You know, I think he's done. I think he's the goalkeeper needs to be not only a young player because of the agility that needs to be there, because the goalkeeper probably has the most responsibility in terms of agilities. And I think Rui Patricio isn't in that level anymore. He doesn't look quick on reaction times. He's very bad at saving shots from outside the box. He's costed us a lot of points this season. It only has to be a sell. Also, it's going to be fun because we need to generate money. Apparently, our new director, whenever he arrives, he will need to generate 40, 50 million by the mid of July. And we need to decide cuts. We need to decide players that want to get cut. And I think it's very important to prepare a list. Also, sacrificable players where we can make profits from. They're going to help us with this. Because remember, FFP does continue to stay. Rui Patricio, sell. Let's not waste more time. Boer, I mean, again, we've never seen him. So I'm like, it might be a keep, it might be a sell, it might be a bench. It's very hard to pick when a player has barely ever played, in fact has never played. He is young, yes, because he is 2002, he's 22 years old. Yes, he's young, but if he doesn't get any game time, then it's that stage of his career where he needs to find new chances, or his career is going to blow up. Sorry, it's going to completely be destroyed. So I'm going to put sell just because we don't utilize him. We don't need him. I know he doesn't occupy many salary gaps and many salary spaces. But if we can get a goalkeeper, which we tend to like more, we tend to maybe give more chances to. I know third keepers, I mean, the life of a third keeper is never easy. You might as well bring water bottles on the pitch. Third goalkeeper does nothing. But yeah, I also think on a personal level he should leave because he's not going to get any game time, especially with Villar playing like this. Moving on to the defence. Starting with Ndika, it needs to be a massive keep. He's improved so much. He's an absolute beast. In the next 3 years, he's going to be worth 50 million, 60 million. So it's a win-win situation because if we keep him, we're going to develop this beast. And if we sell him, we're going to get a ton of money from him. Obviously, I want to keep him as of now because he's new. And I think there's room for improvement, even more adaptation to De Rossi's system and withdrawing away from the back three, which was Mourinho's system. So definitely keep Ndika. Again, let's not waste time on players that really don't need to be debated about. Mancini keep. Similar as Ndika, he's improved so much. We were discussing this last day with Chris when we were speaking about national team. He looks confident, also on a leadership front. He's not that player which starts fights anymore. 5 months ago, all Mancini did was, yes, okay, he had a good he had a good performance, but every single good performance that he had was then it got ruined by his attitude. Which again, I always say this: you need players like him. You need players who are considered to be dickheads in a team, but it was too much. He was getting many red cards. And I know that was Mourinho, what Mourinho wanted. But now with De Rossi, he's more serious in terms of leadership as well. He's more, let me do the job on the pitch, playing football, instead of, speaking too much, getting too many yellow cards. He needs to improve on controlling himself when it comes to fouling opponents, but it's a massive keep also because he loves us and we love him. Now there we go, moving on to Dean Huijsen. Keep, of course, but it's not going to be easy. But I think it's a keep because we need to build the defense around these players. We need to just avoid buying dead wood and start focusing on these players who are extremely talented And in about 5-6 years time, he's 18 right now, which means that when he's 25, he will consider to be one of the best midfielders out there. Defenders out there. So Dean Huijsen is without a keep, without a doubt, but it does not depend on us. Juventus will try to offer him to other teams, especially if Juventus want to finalize their big objectives. I don't know. I know Juventus are very interested in cup minors from Atalanta, so Juventus might use Dean Huijsen as that cord to give other teams to convince big names coming from Juventus. But it's a keep. I think he's convinced all of us. Age doesn't really matter because he's playing really, really well. Llorente, I don't know. I think there's better defenders, but I also am not going to be that guy. I'm going to put bench for Llorente. He's definitely not a starting player. But again, I think it would be disrespectful for me to completely forget about him. He has his good performances. He also has his bad performances, but he has his good games, and he has his bad games. He's very inconsistent. He's on loan from Leeds, obviously. Leeds apparently are going to get promoted back to the Prem. So they will have no interest in keeping him, even though I think a player like him can come handy for a team like Leeds United. But he's not a Premier League style player. We've seen this. We've got proven this. I'm going to bench. I'm not going to be over the moon if we sign him permanently, but I'm not going to be too depressed if we sell him. Middle, I'm gonna put bench. Yeah. Smalling sell because he's unreliable. Too many injuries. He does have a pretty big salary cap, so we need to decrease this. We need to get rid of injury-prone players who are not reliable, who don't give guarantees. So sell Smalling. And again, I've said it last time. It's the last time. It's probably the last chance to get a few little euros from him. So definitely sell Chris Smalling. We need to rebuild. And if selling Smalling means having more chances to keep somebody like Huijsen, then it's a no-brainer for me. Angelino, I'm going to bench. Again, I think left back and right back, there can be better options. There can be better players. There can be more attention and more concentration shared to finding better players. Angelino isn't bad. He's great at crossing, but he's not good at defending. I'm gonna put bench. He's the perfect bench secondary option. Spinazzola, same. I'm gonna bench. Again, De Rossi likes him, and he's improved a lot under De Rossi. But can Spinazzola guarantee you 10 good games out of? Can he guarantee you 8 good games out of 10, which is really good? No, he can't. Because he has his really good game, and then he has 7 games where he does nothing. He's not in his peak anymore. De Rossi will continue to help him. But similar to Llorente, I wouldn't be too pissed if we sell him. I wouldn't be too pissed if we keep him. I'm going to bench. I think we need to revolutionize our flanks. Right flank and left flank. Christensen, sell. Karsdorp, sell. Celik, sell. I've been bold. I think there needs to be a revolution on the right flanks. All of them are bang average. Celik, yes, has been playing a bit better lately, but still, he's a bang average player. Very inconsistent. So we need guarantees. We need, especially with how De Rossi wants to play and wants to develop playing tactics and formation, it is key for us to get left backs who are good. I look at the Jeremy Frimpongs. They're not going to come to us, but to give you an identikit of a player we need, you look at Frimpong. You look at these players who score goals. I mean, Frimpong this season for Bayer Leverkusen has like 10 goals and 10 assists. Okay, maybe I'm asking too much, but that is what a fullback needs to do nowadays in football. It's more likely to find offensive fullbacks than defensive fullbacks, but I would also rather have somebody who maybe isn't great at defending, but guarantees you double goals and double figure goals and double figure assists. You know how much it helps our strikers, our attackers? So revolution on the right, sell all of them. Karsdorp doesn't care, sell him. Christensen is not a good player, sell him. And Celik, at the end of the day, yes, he's improving, he's played a good game, but we can get a bit of money from him, and we can reinvest that money in a better player with less hurry, bit more thoughts. And Midfield, Cristante, start. People are not gonna agree with this, but I always say this: people will not agree that Cristante is the machine of this team. One of the machines of this team. Cristante is the machine of that defensive box-to-box setting play part of this team. People won't like him. People will not give him credit whenever he pulls a masterclass of a performance, because he sacrifices himself and he plays in a position where he needs to be dirty. He doesn't need to be fancy, he needs to be dirty. So he will never get the appreciation. But Cristante is a fundamental player to the way we want to play, especially under De Rossi, who admires him a lot. There is no surprise that an expert like Mourinho started Cristante as the most utilised player in the Mourinho era. It's not a surprise that managers rely on him, because otherwise players like Bove would start ahead of him. He's vital, he's fundamental, and we need to keep him. Paredes, it's a mixed, because at the start of the season, I think all of us would have said sold / bench. Now it's about keep or bench. I'm a keep Paredes, because you need somebody of Paredes' attitude in your team. You know, that's a statement. You need somebody with his mentality, with his winning mentality, first of all, won the World Cup, with that football culture in his DNA. He comes from Argentina, he comes from Boca Juniors, he knows what passion means, he puts his balls. I think Paredes is playing really well lately. I think he can give 10 times more than what he is currently giving, because I think he's good. Because I think he's got an incredible touch and technique. The only thing about Paredes which stops him doing this is his speed. If Paredes, similar to Cristante, was a little bit quicker, then Paredes would be a phenomenal player. But Cristante, Paredes and Bove, I'm going to go keep. Because I think we need to build the midfield around these. On the contrary, I'm gonna get hate, because it feels like I have a problem with him. But moving on with Aouar, I really feel bad saying this, but I'm gonna sell Aouar. Controversial, very controversial. Hate me, because I think this comment deserves hate. Ow. I think this comment which I just said deserves hate. Hate me. I'll allow you to hate me. Especially if you care about Aouar and you're a big fan of Aouar. But Aouar, I always say the same thing. But, okay, good goal against Fiorentina, vital goal for a vital golden point. But apart from that, from August to almost April, with an entire preseason in him, because let's not forget that Aouar was probably one of our first signings, because he was a free agent. So Aouar had a full preseason with Mourinho. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. What has he given? What is he giving to games? Again, he's not playing much, and I fully agree on that. Give him more chances, I agree. And maybe it should be a bench rather than a sell. But I just feel like the money that we can get from Aouar right now could come golden in buying better players. Because if first of all, it's no matter how much you're going to sell him for, you're going to make a profit, because he was a free agent. Number two, he is still pretty young and valuable. So if you sell him now, unlike many other players, you're going to get, 15-20 million. 15-20 million can be reinvested in a player who will give more contributions to Aouar. I like Aouar. I want to give him a last chance. I really want to give him more chances. But as of now, I'm going to sell him. Renato Sanchez, I think we can also... do we really need to speak about him? Sell, absolutely. Send him back to Paris. Useless. Pellegrini, keep. Of course, start. Central to our project. Baldanzi, keep, but not start. In the long term, start, but not start him now. He needs to learn. He needs to grow. He needs to mature. El Shaarawy, bench. Crucial, super sub. He doesn't give the same impact as when he gets subbed into games. I don't think he's a starting player. He can be, and I'm a big El Shaarawy fan, but I don't think he is. I think we need somebody faster, somebody a bit younger than him, somebody who's got legs, who can guarantee intensity, because if we keep and stick with De Rossi, wingers are going to be the number one priority this summer. We need fast wingers. I look at Gervinho, I look at the Mo Salahs, the one we had when he was like 20 million worth. You know, I look at fast players that we had, Perotti, players who score, players who make the difference. El Shaarawy does make the difference, but not in every single game. He makes the difference in 1 game out of 4. We need somebody who makes the difference in 3 games out of 4. And that is how you build a team. That's how you build a successful team. So bench El Shaarawy, not sell him, bench him. Zalewski, again, sell. I'm going to get hated again here. Sell. Sell because similar to a war, you can make quite a bit of money. You know, we're underestimating the amount of money that we could get from selling Zalewski. So, yeah. I don't think he's amazing. Dybala keep. Azmoun keep. I'm going to say Tammy keep and Lukaku keep. But I know that it's very easy for me to say this. If I had to pick between Tammy and Lukaku, I need to see the levels that Tammy will come back to. Because if Tammy comes back, and I know we can't really expect much from him, but if Tammy comes back and he can't run, which I hope won't be the case, then sell. But at the same time, keeping Lukaku would have to mean spending 40 million from your own pocket to sign one single player. He's scored the goals this season, and I'm not going to be one of those guys who discredits what Lukaku did. I always say this. I admire him, because if it wasn't for Lukaku at the start of the season, we wouldn't be where we are right now. But Lukaku needs to, just like any other player in this list, he needs to do more, especially in big events, big games. If I had to pick one between prime fit Tammy and prime Lukaku, unpopular opinion, I'd pick fit Tammy. He's gonna suit De Rossi football more than Lukaku. Lukaku fitted Mourinho football more than Tammy. Tammy will fit De Rossi football because of, you know, technical ability and speed. I'm also in love with Tammy, so again, I'll be biased when I say that. I'm also in love with Lukaku. I really like him. But obviously Tammy's ours. You know, keeping Lukaku means spending 40 million, and that can fuck up your entire transfer window if you decide to spend that amount of money on one single player. Yeah. Overall, we need to build our new project on Mancini, Svelor, Ndika, Pellegrini, Cristante, Bove, Dybala, and Baldanzi. These are the players. These 6 players are the players we need to build our future project on. No absolute doubt. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've enjoyed that. Let me know what you think down below in the comments or in the live chat. Again, what a weekend it's been. I'm not forgetting. I'm gonna frame this. I'm gonna frame this. I'll tell you. This is golden. No, but yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna speak to you guys tomorrow. We've got a big week coming up because we'll be back soon this Sunday against Lecce. In fact, I think I'm gonna miss the game because I'm in France this weekend. So maybe I'll be back in time though, because I'm back on Sunday. I just don't know what time my plane flight is. Anyways, I'm gonna catch you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me just read a few comments. I'm at Leia Pilgrim. Everyone go watch. I'm gonna make you more tomorrow, bro. Hit that like. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Simo was blushing. Get another young keeper and you can try to earn a starting spot. Did you see we have a 40 million sanction to sell until July? Ciao, sempre forza Roma. Parli anche italiano oltre l'inglese? Sì, sì, sì. My boy Baldanzi, no selling, bro. La 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 la. If you had 5 million subscribers, you would still be underrated. Love you, bro. In my opinion, Zalewski is performing the worst on the team. I agree. Maybe not the worst, but definitely one of the worst. Alea, if you're watching, we absolutely love you. No, Alea won't be watching this. But Alea did watch yesterday's video, so I cannot believe that. Yeah, ultimately, that is what I live for. Making people laugh. You guys, and when there's the chance to do it, famous people. And the fact that I made Alea laugh and her boyfriend Alaya Okafor laugh yesterday, to me, I mean, I can die happily. I can die happily. Alea watched my video and reposted it on her story laughing. And then her boyfriend sent a message. It's just unreal. Life is unreal lately. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Hit the like, go watch Alea video yesterday and show some love. Follow Roma Theory TV on Instagram for some content, graphics and all of that. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. See you all out. Bye bye, yo.